interesting going through and just seeing who all does voices in this game.
Yep, episode 63. Rio Benio.
Oh man, he played Screaming Boy in True Blood. Wow.
There you go.
Thanks YouTube for recommending my video that's live right now on my channel.
Just chittin'.
Just chitlin'. Just chitlets.
News. Twitter and go live. My friendy Mundos. Wait for Nate to get back.
Who's who's that one guy that shit. The one where you have to dress up as a lady and save Tifa. Who's that fat guy? Nothing? Okay, cool. Fuck me.
Barker would be the one to ask.
That's who I was asking, but he's not paying attention.
Oh, sorry, I was talking. I was hang on, I can't remember his name.
Wow, really? Out of the main like characters of this game, the only person that has who actually really does voice acting is Red 13.
Really?
Yeah. It's Max Middleman. Max Middleman.
Oh, okay.
He does a lot of things for, like a lot of anime and stuff and video
Yeah,
games.
I thought it was Don Corneo.
Don Cornetto.
Yes. Corneo. Corneo.
He's not in here. He's not on the IMDb.
I was like, I know it's Don, but I don't know his last name. At the Honeybee Inn.
Yep.
Have you got that far yet?
No, I haven't. I'm like
Um,
right after what you do. That's oh my god, really?
Supposedly they modernized it, so it's not as he's running like a huge whorehouse, like basically enslaving women and using them as sex puppets.
I'm more confused because I thought by the voice of it when they showed it off in the trailer, I thought for certain that that was Mark Hamill.
It sounded like
It sounded exactly like Mark Hamill
like the
doing the
Joker.
Joker voice. No, it's Fred Tatasciore.
Hmm.
He has done in Marvel Future Avengers. He is Hulk, Red Guardian, Bones, and Odin. He's Yosemite Sam in Looney Tunes cartoons.
Nice.
He's Damon Bard in Gears 5. He's Hulk, Beast, and Ghost Rider in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
So he's a voice
Oh,
actor.
he's in Hamura in Judgment. I didn't play the English version of that game.
Nice.
That's interesting.
It
Yeah,
does sound like Mark Hamill.
Yeah, I thought for certain it was Mark Hamill. Gluttony Rat.
Hamill.
Gluttony, Wraith, and Charred Council in Darksiders 3. That's so crazy. I feel like my entire world has fallen apart. It's like one of those things you're certain that it's this one character. It's this one dude, and then turns out it's not. They did me a jape.
Let me know when you guys are ready.
I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Yup.
Yep.
You good, Schroeder? Check your sound.
Yeah, I
Just
am.
making sure. Nate, you too?
Oh, yeah, you can go.
Then I will count it down at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 63
There it is.
of the one and only Level Unlock podcast. Welcome back to another week 954 of quarantine. Hope everyone's doing good.
Yeah, feels like it.
Yeah, I know it does, right?
Happy Easter, by the way.
Yes, happy Easter, ladies and gentlemen.
It is that. It is that.
Not that
Yay.
most of
Happy-
us could have done anything today, but
Yeah.
for those who could, hope you enjoyed it while you could.
Happy Bunny Day.
Exactly.
Mark, did you
For
get
those
all
who-
your Bunny Day stuff taken care of?
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about
Let's
it.
see what he's got. Yeah, for those who were able to spend time with their family and loved ones, hopefully you were able to enjoy it during this Dave extravaganza. So hopefully, that was good and meaningful, and we're here to end your day on a positive note based on when you are listening to this. Obviously, it won't be Easter anymore for those who listen to the audio version, but for those who do want to come hang out live, welcome. And also, welcome to all of our new guests, cool cats and kittens, because we currently are at 1,265 downloads, as well as 3,110 followers. So thank you for everybody who is coming on daily, actually. It's like 60 a day, I think, at this point.
Something like
People
that.
that are joining the Unlock Nation. So we appreciate you guys for coming on in. We appreciate you for hanging out and giving us a chance to be your escape from this crazy world during these crazy times. So welcome, 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 welcome. As always, you can find us everywhere on the social medias, Level Unlock Podcast, including on Twitter at what, James?
LVL Unlocked Pod. That's LVL Unlocked Pod.
As well as thank you to our two Patreons. If you would like to join the Patreon and help expand our universe, our nation, you can do that at patreon.com/levelunlockpodcast, where you will get exclusive access to our weekly updates, our preambles, things along those lines, as well as we are still piecing it together as to what the $10 tier will be. So just keep an eye out. We're going to do something big and epic for that, so we appreciate you guys for doing that as well. As well as today I uploaded my bit. I will go over a couple of the numbers that I have ranked during my week, and I'll go in depth about that in a couple minutes here. So welcome, guys. Welcome to this epic Sunday. The days feel like they're starting to kind of blend in a little bit for you guys, at least, I bet.
Yeah.
But how you guys doing? How are you guys' weeks? Schroeder, man, let's start with you, bro.
Yeah, it's
you
been
guys
pretty
go last?
busy.
You've been playing
Uh,
something.
Yeah.
Playing
Yeah,
a
I've
lot
been
of
getting
something.
into. Well, it's typical for me to have it just running in the background a lot of the times. But I've been playing Elite Dangerous. It's one of those games where you can like set your thing to autopilot and kind of walk away for a minute. Other than that, I was rolling with the Pokemon Fever for a little bit. That was pretty intense. I caught over 400 of those damn purple frogs, those toxic croaks or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Krogunks.
Krogunks.
Well, there's also
and I did not-
Toxicroak.
That's
That's
the second
nice.
evolution, though, isn't it?
Okay.
I think
Yes,
so.
and I didn't get a shiny, so that really put a damper on my Pokemon piece. But I went to Asbury today and I caught a shiny Piplet.
Nice.
Which is kind of dope, actually. Other than that, just kind of hanging out. I haven't been as productive as I wanted to be, but well, you know, that happens sometimes. I did make one change. I don't have a beard anymore.
No, you don't.
Yes, you did shave. You
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Join the
Because
club.
of Dave. Yeah.
They say you're
I
not
just-
supposed to. They say that according to the WHO, that you should be
The
shaving your
WoW,
beard.
who?
Yeah, according to the WoW, that you should be shaving your beards at all times.
Yeah,
I don't know
because
why, but
well, because Corona can. I mean, it's a germ,
yeah,
and the
it's-
germ
yeah,
can
that's
get
true.
in
Well,
your beard.
Not just that, but like if you ever need a respirator,
yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, true. I didn't even think of that.
it can't get a
Yeah.
tight
So-
seal with the whiskers.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So, yeah,
So-
they say it's good to keep it shaved anyways.
Yeah. So I mean, that's all I've been up to. It's just kind of that stuff.
Question on Elite Dangerous.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, go into that for a second here, and then, like yesterday, you guys were talking about like it's 7 jumps away. Like, have you ever seen, let's say like Guardians of the Galaxy, where they're jumping through universes and you can see them jumping from universe to universe?
Mhm.
Like, is that something you can watch while you're jumping from universe to universe, or you just load into the next place that you're going?
Well, when we're playing that game, it kind of just more or less loads into the next location. Yeah, you really can't. You can see people flying through hyperspace though, from planet to planet in the solar system. But when it comes to moving from solar system to solar system, no, you don't see that. But it's basically, for those that aren't familiar with Elite Dangerous, it's a hyper-real space flight simulator type idea. Kind of neat because from what as I understand, they use actual NASA star maps, and it's kind of like that blended with procedurally generated. So, you know, you fly to a solar system, and it's insane. Like you scroll out, and it's literally the entire Milky Way galaxy, and every star has a couple planets usually, and there's quasars and all sorts of really amazing astronomical bodies. It's a really, really visually appealing game. And then they've added there. I mean, you can be a pirate, you can be a fighter, you can be a miner, as you know, you can be a taxi driver, a bus driver, you can freaking a trader, you can.
Basically, you have full freedom of what you want to do.
Yeah,
you
can
get
literally
off
be
your
an
ship and go
explorer.
onto a planet.
Kind of right now that I was talking to my buddy and he said they were talking about adding that kind of idea similar to like what's that other game that people play?
No
No
Man's
Man's
Sky?
Sky.
Well, there's No Man's Sky and then there's another one.
Eve.
Nope. I don't think you can get out of your ships on Eve. What's that other game that's like this?
Star
I don't
Citizen.
know.
Yeah, Star Citizen. You can get out of your ship and stuff, and you can steal other people's ships and things like that. But I don't know. I played it a long time ago, and it was real janky. So I mean, it's been a couple years. I'm sure they fixed it a bit.
But Star
but-
Citizen.
Yeah, but Star Citizen, it seemed very similar to Elite Dangerous, except you can get out of your ships and shoot each other and steal other ships and things like that. And I think they were talking about adding that kind of idea from what my buddy was telling me, but I haven't looked into it personally. But you can land on planets and you can get out in a little rover and you can like prospect, so you can blow up rocks and acquire resources that you use for different things later. But yeah, it's a really good time. It's fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it. We were trading for a while. That's what we were doing for a couple days while because I actually have a save that has a lot of time and energy put into it already. So I was pretty set up for to some degree. My buddy, on the other hand, just started, so I was kind of like trading, like doing trade runs with him. But right now, I kind of there's places you can go to kind of min-max your ship. So like you know, you add, 'cause that's the thing, is you can completely customize your ship to a bunch of different layouts, and you can go to these engineers that will then take that item and modify it to make it more efficient or more durable or something like that at a cost of resources. And the one thing I want to do is over 1,000 light year jump, but my ship is dope. Like most ships, when you first get them, can only do like 10 to 15 light year jumps for the most part. Presently, my ship can do 47 light years per jump.
Mhm.
I'm actually making a ship. I stripped it down of everything except a big warp drive. So yeah, I call it the paper cup because it doesn't even have shields. Like it literally is just a hunk of metal flying through time and space.
How long does 1,000 jumps take?
Well, I mean, each jump probably takes about 15 to 20 seconds. So
A couple minutes. Well, not a couple minutes, but
yeah, it'd take a
couple
while.
minutes.
But it also depends on what you're riding as far as the ship goes. So like, what I'm trying to do is there's a place out there, and so they have this thing called the bubble, and the bubble is basically where humanity has kind of reached out and is growing its, it's growing its presence. Well, it's not huge compared to the rest of the universe, So if you fly outside of the bubble, that's when you run into weird things. Well, this place is pretty far outside the bubble, and it is about 1,000 jumps away. My ship can do about 47 light years per jump. So, how many jumps is that? That's roughly around like 25 jumps,
Something like
Yeah.
that.
something like
they
that.
just you have to get fuel and stuff.
Yeah, but you can get a fuel scoop. So you can either go to bases and fuel up there, or you can fly up next to a sun, pop open your fuel scoop, and it will fill up your fuel that way. That's how you go on them super long missions where like there's nobody around, because outside the bubble there's nobody there. So
Outside the bubble.
yeah, outside the bubble there's no one there, so you're not going to be able to fuel up at a station. But if I do that, if I accomplish the mission I plan on accomplishing, it'll add another 10 light years to my jump range,
Nice.
which would be pretty dope. Yeah.
How many people are on at one given time, like on a server? Because you said you can see them like fly past like different like galaxies and stuff. There's probably.
I have no idea. I have no idea what the limit is. I mean, it's the whole universe, so very rarely are you like you can. I haven't encountered any of them, but I've heard of and watched YouTube videos where there's like literal Star Wars going on, where there's like,
Can you
freaking
shoot at other
50
people
people.
if you find them?
Oh yeah. You can shoot at them. You can rob them. You can, like, for instance, somebody could be on warp drive. This happens to me all the fucking time. You could be in warp drive because I do a lot of trading. So you could be warp drive and somebody kind of pulls up behind you and you can't really even see them. You can see them on your radar, but you're not really paying it. I don't know. You're not always paying attention when you're driving on these long runs. And all of a sudden you get interdicted, which basically the screen starts. It's kind of like you're driving through a warp tunnel, so everything turns blue and it's flying past you, and there's a circle that kind of moves around, and you got to try to keep your ship aimed into the circle. And if you do it right, you'll blast out of this thing. But if you fail, you fall out of hyperspace. And when you fall out of hyperspace, it takes a minute for your engine to recharge. Meanwhile, this other person is doing only Lord knows what. So a lot of times what they'll do is they'll tell you, hey, drop your cargo. If you don't do it, they can either kill you, which they can target specific systems instead of just blowing your ship up. They can just knock out your engines or take out your shields, or you know what I mean? So one strategy people will do is they'll knock the engines. They'll chaff somebody so their guns don't work very well, and then they'll knock their engines out, which turns off essentially they can't move now. So from there, then you basically eat their shields and basically blow their engines up, and then they're just floating there.
That's
What happens there? Like if you get stuck in space?
Oh, you're fucked. Well, they can then use these little robots that hook up to your back, so they can choose to blow you up. And if they blow you up, then your cargo empties out all over the place. I think some of your cargo gets destroyed in the process, or they can put these little robots on your back door and blow your door off, and then all your cargo just dumps out. And that's usually the strategy that professional pirates use. They don't usually blow your ship up because that's unnecessary in most cases. Plus, it doesn't,
It's not nice.
Yeah, what is that? Bad form when they can just, it's you show a level of you show a level of superiority when you don't necessarily have to blow somebody's ship up. You can just
There's some
You
honor
can
among
still get all the
thieves.
shit that you need without having to.
actually kill them.
without
So
being
if your
sick.
ship, and if your ship ends up breaking, there's a couple ways of dealing with that. One of them is if you have the resources in a separate inventory, you can build these little robots that kind of fix your ship. There's actually a forum online of these people called the I've never had to use them. Fuel rats, I think is what they're called. So you can go to the Facebook page and be like, bros, I'm stuck at this place, and they'll send somebody out to your location and they'll
Oh, that's
fix your
cool.
ship and fuel you up.
Interstellar AAA.
That's
Yeah.
literally what it is. Yeah, that's literally what it is.
That's pretty. Cool.
So it is a really, really, really fun game. Hours away when you are focused in it. It's just, I mean, hell, if you've ever wanted to be in space doing space stuff, presently this is the best game I found for it. I haven't tried the other ones. A lot of people say No Man's Sky's really, really come a long ways.
It really has.
I asked my
Supposed to
buddy.
have with all the updates, so.
Yeah, they're telling me it's like a combination of this and Ark.
Really?
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, if you flushed them both out and like to basic mechanics, it's like they took those two ideas and meshed them together. So both do what they do really well, but No Man's Sky like puts them together and kind of gets them to work to some extent. Yeah, so a lot less options in No Man's Sky, but you know how it goes.
Star
so-
Citizens. Isn't that game? Weren't we talking about that? Isn't that still in beta?
Are you sure?
talking
I
about
thought it was
that
an
a week ago?
alpha still.
Alpha,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yeah, that game. Are you
Yes.
cutting the cord, Dad? Are you cutting the cord? Huh?
Never coming out.
I have a door. I have the internet cord is running through the door, and he was closing the door, and I think it was hurting the cord.
Snaps in half.
Yeah, no more internet. Thank you. I
Yeah,
don't know what's keeping it from closing now.
because that's isn't that, we looked it up. That game was like stupid expensive. I thought.
So
That-
the quintessential Kickstarter story.
that's what it was. Yeah, and that was the like there's $1,000 starter pack that you can
Yeah.
purchase for Star Citizen.
Crazy. You're an investor, is the idea of all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's how they get away with charging you $150 for a fucking ship. Ridiculous. It's like Eve, though. I mean, I heard Eve is a lot like
Eve is
this, but
stupid. Eve is
stupid, fleshed
stupid.
out. Bro, I've heard about people getting their ship stolen. Like, I don't know how Eve works where you can just steal somebody else's ship. Like, I don't know if you jump out and fly to somebody else's. Like, I think you can actually, like, somebody has to let you borrow it first. So you have to build somebody's trust. Like, I heard about this story about a guy who had hundreds of hours on a ship, and he, I guess, it's never been blown up. And he had, whenever you kill a certain amount of people, you get like a symbol or some sort of crest or some
Yep.
sort of marking on your ship. And this ship had like, you know, a couple years worth of battles under its belt. And the dude had gotten a better ship, but this rando started hanging out with the group, borrowed the ship from the guy because everybody thinks he's cool as fuck, and then he sold this bitch on eBay.
Yeah, this like Eve is
Started
a
a
game,
whole war, actually.
Yeah, Eve is a game about like
wrote-
corporate espionage, and it
Bro,
is
there's people that
a
write
space
whole
opera
book series. Yeah, people write whole book series that take place in the world of that game.
of true things that happened in it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
there's,
of actual things that people
Yeah.
are doing, like different wars that are going on, and
huge ass wars.
Really?
taking place between actual players.
Yeah,
like
and
it's fucking bonkers.
It's
dude.
ridiculous with it, like, oh hey, you know, this huge corporation and this corporation got into a war because this guy was infiltrating another company, that the rival company, and stole like trade secrets, and they hired mercenaries to fire on the front lines, but they turned against them because the other company was paid them more, and it's ridiculous the amount of stuff that goes into it. Like it's like one of the bigger battles lasted 48 hours.
Yeah,
Shit.
and that's just ships flying around shooting each other like Star Wars, bro. That's crazy. It's pretty cool. So I mean, I don't know how deep Elite goes into it, but I don't know. I might, after the show tonight, I might watch some comparison videos between this and Eve just to see, because there's a lot of really neat. I mean, you can do a ton in this game, so I wonder what Eve has that this doesn't.
Eve has a lot more. Eve
Does it?
has its own like fucking like stock system, like stocks.
Oh, really?
And, like there's like, instead of guilds, it's like corporations, and you could be things like mercenaries that are hired by these corporations. It's a way more fleshed out MMO version of Elite Dangerous.
Now there's a paywall there, isn't there? Or there's a.
Oh yeah, you could spend a lot of fucking money on that.
Well, I mean, it's a monthly fee for that one.
Um,
I think that one's like $15 a month or
Possibly.
something like that. It's one of those
Possibly.
type of MMOs.
Probably. I would
I
assume.
think it
so, how
is.
big
This
to play.
isn't. This you just play. Yeah, this one you just pay and go. But I'm pretty sure that is. But you get what you would expect to get out of that. You know, like you said, you get a trading depot, you get uh, uh, stocks, you get probably, like you said, you buy companies and corporations, and I mean, you probably get what you would expect with that. You know. But Elite's a nice time just to, and it's beautiful. I'll tell you though, Elite is beautiful. Some of the places you come across. So, but that's been mostly my week and what I have been doing. I highly recommend it. It was on sale. I don't know if it's still on sale. I don't know if it'll be on sale by the time our listeners get this, but it was only like $15 for the 2. Yeah, because there's Elite Dangerous, which is like flying from spaceship or from planet solar system, but then there's Horizons, and that's what allows you to land on planets and ride around your little mini cart. Yeah, right now each game is only $7. For both of them, you're looking at $15, which is killer because it's 75% off.
EVE Online is
really
free to
good.
play.
Oh, really? It is? Interesting.
Get you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I'll have to look into that.
they fuck your butt with the microtransactions.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah,
well, they
there-
got to pay the
Fine,
developers somehow.
Yep.
hey, there
You're
there
good.
are CEOs of actual companies that put a lot of money into EVE Online.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's that, yeah. So you can pick up Elite for $15 for the 2, or if you just want to fly around, it's $7.50, which is a really good deal right now. Or Eve is free. And I don't know enough about Eve to say any more about it.
Good shit, man. Thank you. Nate, how about you, man?
Not a whole lot. I played Siege. Let's see, what else have I done? I played Doom Eternal. That was solid.
What was that?
Returned to Doom Eternal. It was good.
It
It's
looks
a-
fun. I've seen some people playing. It looks really cool.
It's a really fun game. It's really good, but I'd only play it once. There's no real, from what I can tell, besides like the small little like secret levels and whatnot, there's no replay value. Like that's something for me. If I'm gonna pay $60 for something, I better be able to get a lot of time out of it. And my big thing was like back in Doom 2016, I played a lot of the team deathmatch, and it's not really team deathmatch anymore. It's this weird multiplayer kind of deathmatch system. It's called battle mode. It's interesting. I didn't like it, so I returned it after an hour of gameplay. That's fine. It's a good game. It's Doom. It's you want gore and monsters and demons. Here you go. It's. I mean, like I said, I only really played an hour, so I can't give a full synopsis of the fleshed out whole story, but it's
In their
Doom.
opinion, it was decent.
Now,
Just
mind
not
you, I've
good
only
enough for
played.
$60.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that game was $30, I'd be fine with it. I would have kept it, no problem. I can't justify $63.58. Not a
No.
problem. Not a thing for me.
Yeah, especially if you
Um,
can't expand on it.
I spent that on
Right.
the order 1886.
The order came out at $40.
It was 60.
I never saw it for 60 when it released.
I actually bought the collector's edition that was on sale for
Okay.
$60. It was originally 80.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that game came out. Interesting. Because I got it new for when it, like around like the month it came out for 40, but maybe it depreciated that fast.
Yeah, after people
Um,
were pissed off at it.
The game was fantastic.
I loved
Everyone
it.
can fuck off. Other than that, I played Conker's Bad Fur Day after, I don't know, James, what? An hour and
Hour.
a half of fucking troubleshooting?
Trying to get a controller to work.
Yeah, it was. I hate emulators. They're so touchy. At some point I messed up one thing apparently, and it never told me that I fucked anything up, or I never noticed I fucked anything up. But yeah, that was fun. Other than that, today I played Code Vein for about an hour. That was the demo. Now I'm just waiting for Valve to refund me so I can buy the full game, and I am very excited to play that because that is a very fun game. Code Vein, if you're not familiar, it is a Souls-like game from Bandai Namco, super anime-esque and vampire anime, basically, is the best way to explain it. And then add Dark Souls mechanics. It's a really pretty game, very Gothic Victorian-esque as well, which is something I love. That's one of the reasons Bloodborne is one of my favorite games, is just the pure scenery. That's a lot of fun. The game itself is challenging, a lot of dodging, a lot of combo. It's just like the Souls series. You got to learn your enemy, which is fun. I always like that. Other than that, I haven't done much this week. We never ended up getting into D&D stuff, which sucks. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else. James.
So I played some video games this week. I played Rainbow Six Siege, Resident Evil 3 Remake, Animal Crossing. I also played a little game that's kind of like not really known. It's like kind of a niche game. Not many people have heard of it. Like it's called what is it called? Hold on, let me get the game box because I don't even remember what it's called. It's Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Fuck is that?
I know, right? Like I've never heard about it until now. Me and Walker are gonna talk about that after the weeks are done. I also played the fuck is it called? This is actually like a niche game, legit, that I played on the Switch. Hold on, consider it. There it is. Okay, it is Kukiyomi Consider It. I played it on the Switch. So it's basically a WarioWare kind of game where it's a bunch of like mini games, a bunch of micro games that only last like a few seconds. But the goal behind it is you have to be as considerate as possible. So hey, you're sitting on the train. There's a boyfriend and a girlfriend standing on the train. Oh, let me get up so you guys could sit down. Or hey, I'm golfing with my boss and he totally whiffs a shot. Let me look away right before he misses the shot so I don't see him miss it. It's a lot of fun. I might play a little bit of it after this, just so you guys could see the insanity that it is. That's what those pictures I was putting in the group chat the other day, where it was just vaguely considerate. I mean, other than that, I'm learning Unreal, the Unreal Engine. I'm learning how to code in the Unreal Engine. That's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's fun. You can do a lot with that.
Yeah. That and watching Live PD and Hell's Kitchen. That's been my life.
Doesn't sound too bad.
Whoever wants to go next, go next. I'm not good at picking.
Oh shit. I haven't done anything too crazy. It's primarily just been working on websites for me, so a lot of like personal things. But as far as games go, I guess I've played some Siege with these guys. Not too much. I'm not very good at it.
Me neither.
Played some Animal Crossing. Good old Bunny Day happened.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about Bunny Day real quick. Did you get all the stuff?
No, because I couldn't find 2 recipes.
Okay.
And
you're not missing out on anything. You're literally missing out on the shittiest reward you could have gotten.
Yeah, I looked into it, and it doesn't seem like anything too crazy, but it would have been nice to like actually been able to get all the recipes. That was just my issue. I was just kind of disappointed that like after I stopped getting hints from Zipper, then I stopped finding recipes, and then my girlfriend